Hello and welcome to our video series on Every Door Direct Mail. My name is Mark Chartier and I operate Calvary Publishing, a printing ministry of Parker Memorial Baptist Church located in Lansing, Michigan. In this video we're just going to cover a few more things detailed in this refined search area of the EDDM tool. I actually typed in a different zip code than what we did in our last video. This zip code I typed in is 49799. This is actually the zip code of Wolverine, Michigan, where the Lord let me pastor for 3 years. And I brought this up for one specific thing I wanted to point out, and that is this little red dot on our screen. And what this little red dot on the screen actually represents is a series of P.O. boxes. So a lot of times these rural areas, they not only have the mail carrier routes, but in addition, they'll have P.O. boxes. And this is very important to make sure if you're in a rural area that you select these little dropper dots because they include the P.O. boxes. So for example, if I can catch it here and just select on this drop, you'll notice now it doesn't turn red when I mouse over it. It stays orange, and there's actually 311 P.O. boxes selected in this mail carrier route area. This is very important in rural areas because a lot of times people who live in these outdoor roads that don't have mailboxes, the only way they get mail is through their P.O. box. So if you're wanting to reach a whole area, it's important to select those mailboxes. Also, you can see there's a mail carrier route on the left and a mail carrier route on the right. So for the total number of houses or mailboxes for the 49799, we have 1,293. So real quick, just to kind of cover a few different things that you can do up here under this refined search area. There is basically the only one I would even think of using is this little residential drop down. This gives you the ability to deselect the business routes. So when you select all these mail carrier routes, you select all the residential as well as the businesses. So they'll be delivered to the businesses as well as the residential. If you only want the residential routes to receive a piece of mail, you would select this, and you'll notice the mail pieces will change from 1293 to 1287. So there's just a slight decrease in this little town. In bigger cities, it may be a lot more, but you can make the determination whether or not you want to deliver to businesses or just residents. And I'll give a little testimony. In our little town, when we did this, we delivered to the residents and the businesses, and we actually had a business that was owned by a Christian businessman who sent our church a check for $500, just thanking us for getting the gospel out. And so for what it was worth, we impressed them and encouraged them. And then you never know, there's maybe some people who live out of town, but they work inside town, and you're going to reach them with the gospel as well. So it's always a good thing for me to keep that selected for residential and business. You can sort it by a couple different things, specifically age and size and different things, but for the most part, I just leave that tool alone. I just type in the zip code, select all the mail carrier routes, and then that gives you an idea of how many mail pieces is in that certain area. So hopefully that's a help, and keep watching the next videos. We're going to get into a little bit more about some of the different options that there are in regards to every door direct mail postcard sizes. See you in the next video.